And now from North Korea, we turn to its southern neighbor where hundreds of doctors staged a massive walkout in South Korea's capital city of Seoul. The doctors are protesting the government's plan to hire more trained physicians. South Korea has one of the lowest doctor-to-patient ratios among major economies, and the government wants to change that. Now, however, more than 6,000 doctors, upon learning of this plan, have submitted their resignation, sending the country's healthcare into mass chaos. There's panic among patients as surgeries have been canceled and growing strains on treating the elderly. Here's our full report.
South Korea is facing a healthcare crisis. Surgeries have been delayed. Hospitals are turning away patients. Out of the 13,000 doctors, almost 6,500 doctors have submitted their resignation. These are junior doctors and residential students at hospitals. They are protesting against the South Korean government's plan to introduce more trained physicians into the system. But the government says that the medical industry is currently facing a shortage of professionals.
The demand for medical care has been rapidly increasing, but the needs cannot be met. Especially the number of doctors in essential medical principles has drastically decreased, and it led to the collapse of essential medical services in rural areas. Such a collapse means that the safety and health of people in these areas are now in grave danger.
South Korea has 2.5 doctors for every 1,000 people. That's among the lowest doctor-to-patient ratios among major economies. The government wants to induct 2,000 doctors by the year 2025 and another 10,000 doctors in the next decade. This is the root cause of the ongoing crisis. Doctors who are already practicing don't want more seats to be added to medical colleges. They're saying that the government wants to increase competition in their practice. And the Union of Doctors says that the protests are just the beginning. Almost 1,600 doctors didn't show up to work yesterday. Now South Korea's President Yeol has stepped in. He has urged the doctors to perform their duty and cater to their patients.
Trainee doctors, who are the leaders of the current South Korean medical field, and medical students, who are the leaders of the future medical field, must not take a collective action holding people's lives and health hostages. Protecting people's lives and health is the reason the government exists, and it is the most basic constitutional duty. Therefore, the government has a duty to efficiently manage medical resources to protect people's lives and health.
South Korea has a highly privatized healthcare system. Reports say that over 90% of all hospitals are private. But with South Korea's aging population, people are worried about the ongoing doctor strike.
I found out my daughter has torticollis, so we came here for surgery. If the doctors go on strike, my daughter's surgery might be delayed and the treatment period might become longer, so I'm very worried about that. I hope the situation will be well resolved.
As a person of this country and a patient, I feel like the doctors are using sick people as an excuse. I hope doctors and the government find some compromise and quickly return to their posts so that patients don't miss their treatment.
Doctors and medical students held a meeting in Seoul to discuss their next plan. They say that they will not stop protesting until the government pulls the plug on the plan to induct more doctors. Meanwhile, the South Korean government has urged the doctors to return to work and not jeopardize the lives of patients.
From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on Firstpost America.